All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Shane here from the Brookings home team, powered by Century 21, and this familiar guy next to me is Justin from Fairway Mortgage. We're not Monday morning mortgage tip. We thought we would do something a little bit different here. A lot of you, or a good chunk of you, probably might be affected by this government shutdown that's taken place. And especially if you're in the process of buying a home or working with a lender that maybe you have a part of that process already in place, you could be affected by that. And as of last night when I was watching, I think they're going to be meeting again Friday. Tomorrow,
today or Friday.
Yeah, today or Friday to talk a little bit more about trying to shut this government shutdown down and getting back into the routine of things. But in the meantime, I wanted to bring Justin on here and talk a little bit about how that can affect you. Like I said, if you're in the process of looking at buying a home, or maybe you've started that process and you're partway through it. So Justin has graciously said that he would do that with us. He's got some great information to share with us. And with that being said, I'll just let him take it over. So thanks, Justin.
Yeah, thanks for having me today, Shane. Like Shane said, we just want to talk about the government shutdown and how that can impact the real estate industry and different things of that nature. The biggest impact that you're going to see is with the Rural Development Loan Program, the USDA loan program that they offer. With those government offices being shut down, for example, if you're in the process of buying a house and you're using a rural development loan, if you don't have your conditional commitment yet from them, which usually doesn't get received before a couple days before closing, you can't close your loan. So for example, I have one gentleman that was using USDA rural development, and we were supposed to close his loan yesterday, and we have to wait until the government reopens to close, which is an unfortunate situation for him. Everything else is in line. It's just that one simple thing from the government. So that's going to be where you're going to see the biggest impact, is with the Rural Development Loan Program. The other two government loans, the FHA loan and the VA loan, those offices are operating essentially as normal. There has been some staff furloughed from those different agencies, but so you might see a little bit longer turn times on some of their operations, but for the most part, they're operating as normal. The other two offices that are going to be impacted from the real estate perspective is going to be the IRS and the Social Security Administration. And the reason those are affected is with all of our loans, we have to order an IRS transcript, a 4506T transcript that we cross-reference with your tax returns to make sure that the numbers are all accurate. And with the Social Security Administration, we have a form that we have, an authorization form we have you sign, that we communicate with the Social Security Administration to essentially make sure you are who you say you are. However, we have other ways of verifying those two types of income and identity information. And so Fairway Mortgage, we have as a whole have decided to relax our restrictions and our requirements on those 4506Ts and the SSA forms, and so hopefully it doesn't impact any more closings than it has to. So, but that, of course, that'll be a lender by lender decision as to what they deem necessary for that.
And as far as Fairway is concerned, you guys have you're not as strict on those. You've got other means of checking.
Correct. We feel confident. We've looked into it intensely, and we feel confident we have other means of verifying asset information, income information, and identity information. So in the meantime, we're comfortable with moving forward with that. But of course, as soon as the government reopens, we'll probably go back to our normal standards there. Okay. And so that's essentially what I wanted to touch base on. The other big $1 million question that nobody knows is, how long is this going to last? Yeah. And I can't answer that. Shane can't answer that. I don't know that many people at all can answer that. And so last year in January, we had two different shutdowns, one for 9 hours and one for 3 days. And I don't know that people realize that we do have some shutdowns occasionally. It has happened. Yeah. It has happened. All the speculation I've read seems to be that it's going to last. This one's going to last a little bit longer. And so we'll have to see what happens with that wall. That wall. Yeah, that's kind of the hang up, it sounds like. But so as far as how long it's going to last, we don't know that. We'll certainly keep you updated and informed and let you know as things progress. But.
Okay, so real quick then, just to summarize, rural development loans are tough to do anything.
The big ones, yep.
So if you're looking at an RD, what we call rural development loans, that's going to be difficult. FHA and VA are pretty good right now. Yep. And was there one other loan that is kind of iffy, or did I miss?
No. Those are really the only government type loans. So conventional loans will be unaffected by that. Some lenders, they may be impacted on conventional loans because of the IRS and the Social Security Administration being shut down. But for those lenders that have relaxed their standards on that, then that won't be an issue.
Won't be an issue there. So okay, and then if you haven't started the process of looking, to see what you qualify for, we could have a little bit of hiccup in there, but depending on that loan program that you decide to go with, but there's still a possibility of getting you into that home and things running smoothly. And there is a chance, if you are in kind of halfway through that process, you put an offer on a home and you've started the appraisal process, there's still a couple spots there that, like he said, he got a closing that had to be delayed because of some of the stuff with the government there that they need to finish on. So, so hopefully that is not you, but if it is, let's get that wall built or whatever needs to be done to keep that wall
government open. Yeah.
If you do have any questions for Justin, I brought him on because he seems to know a little bit more about how this all works, so he would be a good resource to talk to. Feel free to reach out to him. Give me some time to get his information on the top, on the bottom, on the sides, wherever your device allows you to see that. I will get that on there, but it will be later today because I will not be in the office here to get back and get that done. But look back on my website or back on these previous videos. All of his information has been on these posts here before. So feel free to reach out to him and ask him any questions. Of course, feel free to share this video with anybody else you think would benefit from it. Tag them, whatever it takes. Let them know to get them notified on this too. So real quick though, congratulations, I understand, is coming to you. You have been certification. I don't know the exact terminology. Would you like to share a little bit on that?
I would love to. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's kind of a mouthful. It's a certified mortgage planning specialist.
And say that fast.
Exactly right. I'm not going to do that. and basically, what I've done is I've attained a new designation, and so I'm a certified mortgage planner now. And it just gives me another tool in my tool belt to go out and talk to people and really take it from a transaction to a planning process. And so it's something that I'll implement, and I'll meet with my clients once a year to just kind of check up with them, see where they're at with everything. It's given me a lot more knowledge to really know what's affecting the rates and the market and keeping an eye on that, so I can make sure the people that I am working with, they get locked in at the absolute lowest rate possible in the time frame we have to work with. And it just really goes to from a planning perspective. There's a whole section on it on investment properties, so investors that are looking to invest in rentals, and when they're looking at the cap rate and different things along those lines. And so it was really a lot of information, and it's something that I'll hold going forward. So every year I'll have additional continuing education, I know, right, on top of my already continuing education I have for my state license. And so it's just more education, but in our industry everything's changing all the time, that if you're really not doing that education, you're really getting behind. Right. So it's something I really look forward to talking about and meeting with people, and if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And I know that was a long undoing part there for you.
It took a while.
That,
so there's a lot of classes and a lot of testing. So
good job. So great people work with great people, and proof is in the pudding. If you need any information from Justin about any loans, feel free to reach out to him. So. All right, guys, that does it for today. Thanks again. We'll be back doing our Monday morning mortgage tip next week. Was there something else you needed to add?
No, okay. That covers it for me. So.
All right, guys, stay warm, especially if you're in Brookings here. It's cold. All right.
It is.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.